Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving into a book that's way more than just a productivity guide. It's more like a survival manual for your brain in a world that's basically designed to shatter your focus. Let's get into Cal Newport's deep work. Okay, I want to start with a number that might hit a little too close to home. 6 minutes. According to Newport's research, that's how often the average person working a desk job checks their email or Slack. Every 6 minutes. Think about that. That's how often our focus gets completely broken.
I mean, does this feel familiar? You spend the whole day bouncing from email to meeting, your notifications are going off like crazy, and then at 5 p.m. you lean back in your chair and you just think, wait, what did I actually get done today?
Well, Newport gives this feeling a name, and it's a kind of cognitive poison. It's called context switching. See, every time you glance at your phone or click over to your inbox, it's not just a quick break. You are literally yanking your brain's attention from one complex thing to another. It's like trying to slam the brakes on a train and immediately get it to go full speed in the opposite direction. It just doesn't work, and it absolutely destroys your ability to think deeply.
So that's the problem. It's pretty bleak, right? But what if there was an antidote, a way to fight back and actually do your best, most valuable work? Well, that's exactly what Cal Newport gives us with deep work.
Okay, so Newport breaks down all the stuff we do at work into two big buckets. On one side, you have deep work. This is the hard stuff, the mentally demanding tasks that create real value and make you better at what you do. Think writing complex code or developing a new marketing strategy. And then there's everything else. That's shallow work. All those logistical tasks you can do while you're distracted, like answering most emails, scheduling meetings, you know the drill.
And this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it all. In our economy, the easy, shallow stuff is getting automated. It's becoming a commodity. So the ability to just sit down and focus, to do real deep work, is getting incredibly rare. And because it's so rare, it is becoming incredibly valuable. It really is a modern-day superpower. Now, developing a superpower like this is a journey. And that's why this video is brought to you by Epicland, our platform dedicated to helping you learn and grow. We have a ton of resources to explore, and we'll touch on that a bit later. For now, let's dive into how you can actually start building this skill.
All right, so it's one thing to know what deep work is. The real question is, how do we actually do it? Luckily, Newport gives us some really clear, actionable rules. We're going to go over 3 of the big ones right now.
Rule number 1, you need a plan. And I don't just mean trying harder. Good intentions aren't going to cut it. Newport says you need to choose a depth philosophy. This is basically your personal game plan for how you're going to systematically schedule and protect your time for deep work.
So what does that look like? Well, the most extreme version is what he calls the monastic philosophy. Picture this. The famous sci-fi author Neil Stephenson, he literally has no public email address. None. He has completely walled himself off from those shallow demands so he can focus on writing amazing books. Now look, that's probably not going to work for most of us, right? But it shows you the level of commitment that's possible. Okay, rule number 2 is a weird one. It goes against everything our modern world screams at us. You have to embrace boredom. Think of your concentration like a muscle. Every time you're waiting in line and you instantly pull out your phone, you're training that muscle to be weak. You're teaching your brain, hey, we can't ever be without new stimulation. And that just wrecks your ability to focus when you actually need it.
So how do you train this focus muscle? Newport gives us a kind of workout plan. First, schedule your internet time. Seriously, put it in your calendar like a meeting. Second, and this is a huge mindset shift, stop taking breaks from distraction. Start taking breaks from focus. The focus is the hard work. And third, try what he calls productive meditation. Next time you're on a walk, pick one single work problem and just think about it. Nothing else.
And rule number 3 is all about our relationship with technology. Right now, most of us use what Newport calls the any benefit approach. You know, if a new app offers any tiny little benefit, we sign up. He says we need to flip that. We need to adopt the craftsman approach. Just like a master carpenter who doesn't just grab any tool, but picks the exact right tool for the job. And a really powerful way to do this is with his 30-day digital detox challenge. For 1 month, you quit all the optional tech, social media, news feeds, anything that isn't absolutely critical. Then, after 30 days, you ask yourself 2 brutally honest questions. 1, was my life significantly worse without this thing? And 2, did anyone important even notice I was gone? If the answer to both is no, then you have your answer. Ditch it for good.
And as you're learning these new frameworks, remember that applying them is key. If you want to dive deeper into practical skills, check out the courses, videos, and in-depth blogs on epcln.com. Now, let's get back to it because there's one more huge idea we need to talk about.
All right, so far we've talked a lot about tactics and getting things done. But this is where the book goes from a how-to guide to something much deeper. You see, Newport's big argument is that deep work isn't just about being more productive. It's about living a better, more meaningful life.
Just take a second to read this quote from the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He's describing a state that I bet every single one of us has felt before. It's called flow. It's that feeling when you are so locked into what you're doing that the rest of the world just melts away. And that is the profound connection. Deep work is basically a recipe for creating that state of flow. It's challenging, it's structured, and it demands your complete attention. It has all the ingredients for what is genuinely one of the most satisfying experiences a human being can have.
I mean, just look at what makes up this flow state. You've got a clear, achievable goal. Your everyday worries just fade into the background. You feel this incredible sense of control. Even time itself gets all weird and seems to fly by. Deep work literally sets the table for all of this to happen.
So what does this all mean? Well, it means this, and this might be the most important idea in the whole book. Your life is the sum of what you pay attention to. If your attention is constantly being fractured and pulled in a million directions, your life will feel fractured and chaotic. But if you can learn to direct your attention with purpose, you are literally crafting a more satisfying life for yourself.
Okay, that was a ton of information. Let's boil it all down and lock in the key takeaways.
First, deep work is your new superpower in today's economy. Second, your ability to concentrate is a muscle, and you have to train it by embracing boredom. Third, be a craftsman with your digital tools. Only use what truly matters. And finally, deep work isn't just about getting more done. It's the path to flow and building a meaningful life.
At the end of the day, that's what this is all about. The ability to focus intensely isn't just another productivity hack. It's a skill that gives you the power to build a life that's not just more productive, but way more meaningful.
So, my question for you is this. What is the one distraction you are going to eliminate to make more time for deep work? Drop your answer in the comments below. And hey, if you found this summary valuable, please give this video a like, share it with a friend who could use it, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.